You think power comes from strength alone? Take away the crisis, take away the comfort, and you'll see true leadership isn't in the fists. It's in the grooming hands. Alpha didn't fall to challengers. He fell to the silent conspiracy of those he underestimated. A few weeks ago, I stumbled upon this fascinating story about an alpha ape in a primate research center. And let me tell you, it's freaking mind-blowing. This big guy, let's call him Kang, had been running the show for years. We were talking about a whole new level of dominance that's changed the way you think about leadership. I'm going to start by breaking down Kang's reign. This dude was a beast. He hoarded bananas like they were going out of style, keeping the best fruit for himself and his inner circle. And don't even get me started on his physical intimidation game. Kang would strut around, chest puffed out, smacking any ape that dared to look at him funny. It was like watching a furry tyrant in action. The other apes, they were scared, stiff, always on edge, never knowing when Kang might lose his cool. But here's where things get interesting. A drought hit the research center, and suddenly resources became scarce. This is when all of Kang's hidden weaknesses started showing up. First off, his eyesight wasn't what it used to be. He'd miss low-hanging fruit that younger apes could spot easily. Then there were his reflexes. Once lightning fast, now he was moving like he was stuck in molasses. It was painful to watch, honestly. Kang was struggling, and everyone could see it. Now, you'd think this would be the perfect time for a young, strong challenger to step up and take Kang down, right? Wrong. That's not how this story goes down. Instead, something way more interesting happened. The younger apes, they started this silent coup. It was brilliant, I tell ya. They didn't use their fists or their teeth. Nope, they used something way more powerful: grooming. See, in ape society, grooming isn't just about hygiene. It's about building alliances, showing respect, creating bonds. These young apes, they started redirecting their grooming. Instead of sucking up to Kang, they began grooming each other, forming new alliances. It was like watching a political campaign, but with more fur and less talking. Before long, Kang found himself on the outside looking in. His power base had eroded right under his nose, and he didn't even see it coming. You know what this reminds me of? Those toxic workplace leaders we've all dealt with at some point. You know the type. Always shouting, throwing their weight around, thinking fear is the best motivator. But then along come the millennials and Gen Z, and suddenly, the game changes. These young folks, they're not about that hierarchical BS. They're all about collaboration, your emotional intelligence, and building genuine connections. I've seen it happen in tech startups, big corporations, even in traditional industries. The old guard, they're scratching their heads, wondering why their tried-and-true intimidation tactics aren't working anymore. Meanwhile, the younger employees are creating these amazing support networks, sharing knowledge, lifting each other up. And before you know it, the power dynamics have shifted. It's like what happened with Kang. The alpha doesn't always fall to a direct challenge. Sometimes it's the quiet revolution that does the trick. The power of connection, of building genuine relationships, that's the real game changer. In the workplace, it might look like mentorship programs, team building activities, or even just grabbing coffee with your coworkers. It's about creating a web of support that's stronger than any one person's authority. Long story short, whether you're dealing with apes or office politics, true power isn't about who can shout the loudest or throw the hardest punch. It's about who can build the strongest connections, who can nurture relationships, and create a network of support. That's the kind of leadership that stands the test of time, whether you're swinging through trees or navigating the corporate jungle. I hope this story got you thinking about leadership in a whole new way. Remember, in the end, it's not the Alpha S roar that matters. It's the whisper of allies that truly shapes the future. Real power flows to those who nurture connections. Smash that subscribe button for more social hierarchy hacks. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.